Hello Junior 4, how are you? Hope you all are fine. In this video, we are in lesson 2 part A. In this lesson, we're gonna explore types of adaptations. So, we're gonna study types of adaptations. There are two types of adaptations. There are two types of adaptations. Structural adaptation and behavioral adaptation. So number one is structural adaptation. Repeat with me. Structural adaptation. Number two, behavioral adaptation. So one more time, there are two types of adaptations: structural adaptation, behavioral adaptation. Let's start with structural adaptation. What the meaning of structural adaptation? It's a change in the body structure. So it's a change in the body structure of a living organism to help it survive. So structural adaptation is about the body structure, the body parts of the animal. Like what? Like blood vessels in the penguin's feet. Like blood vessels in the penguin's feet. And like the thick fur of a polar bear. Or like the sandy colored fur of fennec fox and caracal. So in structural adaptation, we are talking about the body parts of the animal. What about behavioral adaptation? What the meaning of behavioral adaptation? Behavioral adaptation means change in the behaviors or acts of living organism to help it survive. So behavioral adaptation, it's a change in behaviors or acts of the animal. Behaviors or acts of the animal. Like what? For example, like desert lizard looks for shade area during hot sunny days. Or like migration of some animals. What the meaning of migration? Migration means traveling or moving the animal from one place to another place. So migration means moving the animal or moving animals from one place to another place, from one country to another country. So let's repeat this part one more time. There are two types of adaptations: structural adaptation and behavioral adaptation. Now we will study types of adaptations in some different animals. We will study some examples of animals for types of adaptations. Number one, we're gonna talk about fennec fox. We're gonna study habitat of fennec fox and structural adaptation and behavioral adaptation of fennec fox. What about its habitat? Fennec fox can survive in hot, dry desert. So the habitat of fennec fox, hot, dry desert. Let's talk about structural adaptation of fennec fox. Number one, it has a tan colored coat, or we can say it has sandy colored fur. Give reason for fennec fox has sandy colored fur. To make camouflage, to hide in sandy environment. So fennec fox has sandy colored fur to make camouflage, to hide in sandy environment, or we can say to hide in desert. And to protect it from hot sun, to protect it from hot sun. Number two, in structural adaptation of fennec fox, it has extra large ears. Extra large ears. So give reason for fennec fox has extra large ears. To help it lose the heat to cool its body. So give reason fennec fox has extra large ears to cool its body. Let's talk about behavioral adaptation. It pants like dogs. It pants like dogs. Give reason for. Fennec fox pants like dogs. To cool its body. To cool its body. So give reason. Fennec fox pants like dogs to cool its body. Number 2 in behavioral adaptation, it lives in pairs. It lives in pairs. Give reason for. Fennec fox lives in pairs. To stay cool during the sunny days. To stay cool during the sunny days. Number 3 in behavioral adaptation of fennec fox, it eats all kinds of food. All kinds of food. Like what? Like insects, fruits, plant roots, or remains of animals' prey. So, fennec fox eats all kinds of food. Give reason for. Fennec fox eats all kinds of food because it's easy to find food in desert, or it's hard to find food in desert. It's hard to find food in desert. So, fennec fox eats all kinds of food because it's hard to find food in the desert. Now we will study Arctic fox. We will study the habitat and the structural adaptation and behavioral adaptation of Arctic fox. Let's start with the habitat. In which habitat Arctic fox can survive? It can survive in tundra desert, and it's a cold desert. It's full of snow. So Arctic fox can survive in tundra desert, and it's a cold desert. Let's talk about structural adaptation of Arctic fox. It has thick fur coat. It has thick fur. Give reason for. It has thick fur. To keep its body warm. To keep its body warm. So, Arctic fox has a thick fur to keep its body warm. Number 2 in structural adaptation of Arctic fox. Its fur coat is white during winter, but turns brown in summer. One more time. It has white fur during winter, but it turns brown during summer. So it changes its color of fur during seasons. It's changing the color of its fur during seasons. Give reason for. It has white fur during winter, but it turns brown in summer. Why it changes its color? To help it sneak up on its prey in any season. To help it sneak up on its prey in any season. Or we can say to make camouflage in any season. To make camouflage in any season. Or we can say to blend in with its surrounding environment in any season. One more time, give reason for. Its fur coat is white during winter, but it turns brown during summer. To help it sneak up on its prey in any season, to make camouflage in any season, to blend in with their surrounding environment in any season. Number 3 in structural adaptation of Arctic fox, it has short ears and legs. Unlike the fennec fox has extra large ears to stay cool. But Arctic fox has short ears and legs to stay warm. So give reason for. Arctic fox has short ears and legs. The answer is to stay warm. Now let's study the behavioral adaptation of Arctic fox. Number 1, it lives in pairs. Give reason 4. It lives in pairs, unlike the fennec fox. Fennec fox lives in pairs to stay cool. During hot sunny days, but Arctic fox lives in pairs to stay warm at night. Number 2, in behavioral adaptation of Arctic fox, it eats all kind of food like the fennec fox. Eats all kind of food, and the same food of fennec fox, like insect, fruit, plant roots, even the remains of animals' prey. Give reason 4. Arctic fox and fennec fox eats all kind of food because it's hard to find food in hot desert and tundra desert. Because it's hard to find food in hot desert and tundra desert.